Hello, it's me again. Yeah, it's me again. So in today's video, well, let me backtrack. So last night, I was down here sewing and working on a quilt, and my mind started thinking about whatever, which is what I love about quilting, is that you can just kind of do it, think about whatever, not worry about different things, and just kind of let it percolate in your brain. And I've had a few things that had percolating in my brain for quite a while, and I finally decided to do something about it rather than still thinking about it, to actually act. And then I was sort of like, I stopped quilting and I was sitting there thinking, and I watched like a YouTube video, and then I'm like, Catherine, just do it. Just do it. So let me get to the point. What am I going to do today? I'm going to declutter. So I thought I would take you along on the journey, and I would kind of explain my perspective about things, because if this is the first video you've ever seen of mine, I'll just repeat sort of my little spiel. So, hello, my name is Catherine, and I am married to the lovely Ben, and we have 10 children, and we've lived in this house for over 12 years. And back in 2014, I joined a Facebook group for spring cleaning and organizing. And the very first challenge, if you will, was talking about emptying an entire room and deep cleaning it. And people started sharing photos, and the photos were mind-blowing. Rooms so unbelievably messy that I couldn't even imagine how people could operate in them. And at this stage, I was quite heavily pregnant with my 7th child, and my house was tidy and organized, but it had a lot of stuff in it. And it started really bothering me when I looked around the rooms that there was just stuff, the visual clutter thing. You could just see stuff everywhere. So it was in 2014 that I started making a very strong decision to start decluttering. And I decluttered and I decluttered and I decluttered and I decluttered. And I mostly decluttered my things down to very, very little. And other people in the family, especially my husband, wasn't really on board. I mean, he's always been supportive, but he'd say things like, you can get rid of whatever your stuff, kid stuff, the house is basically your domain, because he works outside of the house. But don't go touching my Lego and leave my stuff alone. Which is the standard response I think a lot of husbands have when their wives think I want to declutter. They get a bit everything's cool, don't worry about it. Or don't touch my stuff or else. And my husband is very easygoing, very loving, supportive, and wonderful. But it was challenging knowing that he was kind of don't go crazy. And I really went crazy. I reckon I decreased all the possessions by 70%. Yeah, I got rid of a lot of stuff. And I've learned so many lessons through living simply and decluttering and living minimally that I should probably do a whole video about it. But where we are today is kind of another layer of the onion. Another layer of, okay, yeah, you do like different things, but they're just sitting in a drawer. You open the drawer and the feeling's oh, I really like that, but you don't bring it out of the drawer. And a bit more the visual clutter thing. I've got quite a few things up on the wall behind you, which I can show you. And I love it all. I'm looking at it oh, it's so nice, and it's contained. But I'm even just beginning to feel everywhere, simplify. Who knows what is going on with our nation and our state at the moment? We may be looking at actually selling and leaving. That is a thought in our minds. So why not start thinking about the, if I moved, what would I take? And that will really help simplify the whole process, because I think you just have different eyes when you're viewing it that way. And yeah, so the very first thing, I finally made a decision to actually get rid of, and I still don't know. I think I'm going to attempt to sell it. Otherwise, if I don't sell it, what am I going to tell you? If I don't sell it in 1 week from now, I will give it away. I said it. So the item I'm talking about is an overlocker. I'll tell you the story about the overlocker. So when I upgraded to like my second sewing machine as my sewing skills improved, there was a deal. I could get the Elna sewing machine and it came with a free overlocker. And I had all these aspirations, like maybe one day I'll sew clothing. Yeah. So right then it probably became Aspirational Clutter. I have previously offered it for free on a Buy Nothing group a few years ago, and then I pulled the pin like, no, I'll keep it. I might still use it. I had previously sold it, I think on Marketplace, and someone was interested, like, I will buy it, I'll come now. And I pulled the pin again because I just still had that feeling like, you sew, surely you need an overlocker. I contacted friends who sew and make clothing, and they're like, oh, overlockers are great, you'll love it, you'll never regret it. I'm like, but I don't use it. I have a sewing cupboard, it fits in sewing cupboard like perfectly, it's not in the way, but I don't use it. So if you don't use it, lose it. So in 1 week, I will hopefully report back to you at some stage and say, I did it, it's gone. So that was the first big thing last night I thought of, that I was just like, just let it go. Just don't even worry about it. And then I moved on thinking about my home decor stuff. So I did take some footage of what I currently have upstairs displayed, and I will show you that. And I like it all, and it's nice. And I'm not thinking about decluttering anything that's upstairs at the moment. The focus has to be in manageable, oh, sorry, I just kick you there. The focus has to be in manageable chunks. So down here I have 2 pull-out drawers. I have done videos before organizing, sorting out this room, but I'm actually going to make firm, proper decisions today. And I started doing it last night. I started dragging stuff out, and then I'm like, nope, wait till tomorrow when I can film and I can show you guys what I'm gonna do. So that's what we'll do. I'll show you like the wall display thing I have down here. So what I've kind of have out and that I'm using. And then I'll pull out the drawers and then I'll show you what's sitting in the drawers. Does that sound like a good plan? Yeah, we'll do that. So this is the wall next to where I sew. In another video, I had everything spread out more, and I was basically taking up half of this room. And my sewing area was here, but my husband wanted a desk to use. And I had a whole huge display up here, all sorts of things. So I've come a long way in the last few months, but I want to be more intentional with what I keep. I'm inspired, guys. I hope it inspires you just to see my process. And I do think it's really important to see videos like mine. It's just a regular person that's still on the journey and hasn't kind of hit the glory hallelujah stage, that it's important because I know my tripod's wonky. I'm sorry, but you forgive me, yeah? Is that better? So I am organized and the house is tidy, but I still feel like it has too much stuff in it. So I'm not one of those videos where you're going to see a totally trashed room and it's like hoarder to minimalism, or messy to minimalist, or clean or super dirty to clean. I'm just a regular person that doesn't have tons of stuff, especially having 12 people in the house, but I still feel like we have too much stuff. I still feel like we can pare down even more to live more free and more generously yeah. And to dig deep down to what we have and sort it out. And yeah, being in lockdown for a really long time has made me assess carefully the things I have. Ugh! All right, let's do this. I'll turn you around. I have piles of stuff kind of everywhere in this hobby room as we're organizing, sorting things out. But let's just do it. And yes, it normally gets way worse before it gets better. But whatever. We'll just do it. I have lots of different things going on down here, but the motivation through just showing you, I will deal with them, and that will make me feel happier. Yeah. And the room is not big, so we work with what we've got. I'll like put you back there so that you can get more of an overall vision of the room. Yeah.
I met an old man. I said, tell me your story. He took out an old pen.
One little box thing at a time. A basket for like definitely going, and the overlocker is definitely going. So it's like a process of elimination. I work out the things that I definitely want to keep and they stay in there. I don't focus on cleaning, dusting, worrying about any of that. And then the things that I don't want to keep do not go back in that thingy. Very simple. Just keep it dead easy so we can get moving and progress.
And wrote something for me. You said, son, when you grow up you'll be fine. I know you've got questions on your mind. Life is gonna happen one way or the other, whether you like it or not. Stop looking for the answers and you'll find what you've got.
I'm all finished. My time's like run out. It's like 4 o'clock. We have to get the baby up and do stuff. But what I did was everything that I showed you in previous clip that I'm getting rid of, I wrapped up in just quilting, batting, and masking tape because it's what I have. I put an ad up on my Buy Nothing group saying that I really want someone to just take the stuff all together. And they are. So someone will come tomorrow mid-morning and it'll be gone out of my life and no regrets. Yeah. So I have two of those drawer things. One is like my high use, so like screwdriver things for the sewing machine, where I put like my little mini ruler that I use for quilting and my like water soluble pen, and binding. Pre-made binding is in there, so that's kind of like my use it all the time. And the other box thing which I've been working on is like my decor stuff. So progress, not perfection. A whole table full and a heavy bag full of stuff gone, and then I just work on the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, and then eventually you guys will be like, wow, you've gotten rid of so much. And I'll be like, I know, and it feels great. So with my renewed energy, the thought that like if I were to move house, do I want to pack all this stuff and take it with me? It's helped me let go of a lot of stuff. It's helped a lot because I refuse to pack things that I'm not going to use wherever I move one day. I may never move, like ever. I may die in this house, but I still want to have that mentality to like only keep the stuff that you actually are going to use and you want to have. So I'm done here. I hope wherever you are well, and I'm still going well and really focusing on just doing the next thing and not stressing about what's happening in my state, and praying that it all will just resolve itself and that we won't continue going down this path that is not a path that I want to be on. So until the next video, take care, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.